Hello, my name is Helene Kaye and I would like to introduce you to Judy Carroll. We're dear friends, co-authors and sisters in spirit. Judy and I have written a book together called The Zeta Message, Connecting All Beings in Oneness, and Judy is also the author of Human by Day, Zeta by Night. Our plan is to do a series of interviews on YouTube to help get positive and informative messages out there on the Greys, or Zetas as some people call them, and also about energy. Back in the year 2000, my family and I experienced immense fear and chaos ruled our lives when confronted with the Greys. It was our lack of knowledge and understanding that created our disempowerment and fear, until we were introduced to Judy. Judy has had ongoing contact with the Greys all of her life and was able to reassure us and provide my family with the knowledge and understanding about contact and the so-called ET abduction experience. With this in mind, we would like to share some of the knowledge with you. So first of all, Jude, I'd just like to ask you, you mainly work with the Greys or Zetas, and what is the difference between Greys and Zetas?
Okay, the two are basically exactly the same. I use the term Zeta, both in interviews and also in the name of the book, The Zeta Message, because people immediately know which ET group that we're talking about. As soon as they see the name Zeta, they know that they're the ones with the big eyes and the small, thin bodies. So it's internationally known who they are immediately when you use that term. In actual fact, of the two terms, Greys is probably the more correct one of the two, because the problem with calling them Zetas is this tends to make people think that they're actually a planetary culture coming from the Zeta Reticuli system. And in actual fact, this is not accurate. The term Grey is better to use because they're, in actual fact, a level of evolution, actually beyond the physical evolution level that we are here on planet Earth. A term that I prefer to use, and I know Helene does as well, is guardians or grey guardians. That's a little bit more accurate.
Thank you. Yes, I do. So why do people need to have ET or contact experience?
Okay, this is a very interesting question. The reason people need to have these contact experiences, and it's important for people to understand that on a alternative level of their being, they've actually put out a free will request for this contact. And the reason for this is the Greys are here to assist us in our evolution. Planet Earth and the whole human race is ready to step up to the next level of evolution. And the Greys are workers of energy within the universe. And they're the ones who come in, step in, when a planetary species is ready to step up to the next level, as we are down here, to assist in the process of evolution and raising the vibrational frequency of people to a higher level.
So this is what the 2012 thing's all about?
Exactly. 2012, it's spoken of in many tribal societies as moving into the fifth world from the fourth world, and all it is a step up in the vibrational frequency of the planet and humanity. And this is the reason why there's been such a large amount of contact between humans and ETs over the past 40 or so years, or probably more, going back 60 years, because it's been going on for a very long time, and it will continue for many more years to come.
Okay, so why do some people experience such deep fear during their ET encounter experience?
Encounter with the Grey Guardians is basically a shamanic experience. Many people have heard of the Dark Night of the Soul, which is a process the trainee shamans go through as part of their process of moving to a higher evolutionary level to help out their people. And this is exactly what the human race is going through at the moment. And it brings people to a cleansing experience. It's like bringing things up from the deepest level of your being that have been buried in the deeper conscious level of our psyche. often things right from past lives, spanning many, many lives. And in order to evolve to the next level, people need to move past these fears. And often these fears are so deeply buried in the subconscious that people can't process them. They need to be brought to the surface. And in fact, the eyes of the greys have this effect on people, or on their consciousness, by looking into the eyes of the greys. And this is where people have so much fear with their eyes. Looking into the eyes of the greys is like a mirror of our own soul, bringing these fears to the surface to help us to deal with them. And it can be a very, very traumatic experience for many people.
So I've noticed with some people though that it isn't traumatic for them. It seems to happen really easy. And yet with others, it's like, well, as with me, it was like a whole new world opened up and I didn't know what the hell was going on. So how can it be easier for some and not as easy for others moving through it though?
Well, there's a couple of reasons here, because some people have more stuff to process, basically from past lives that they haven't been able to process. Some of us can do these things more easily on the conscious level, some of us can't.
Mm-hmm.
Just the same as some people can talk about things more easily, whereas other people tend to keep it all inside. It's the same sort of process. Fears from past lives, they can be brought to the surface by some people more easily than by other people. Also, what we have to remember is that connecting with a race like the Grey Guardians is pushing us way beyond our concept of reality. So it's a totally new experience for many, many people down here. I mean, my goodness, people on Earth have trouble with people from other countries and religions. So you can imagine how they feel when a very, very different looking race like the Greys comes into their reality. It's just beyond what they're able to experience and take on board.
I can relate to that. So, yes, for myself and my family, we didn't even know what ETs or Greys were. So all of a sudden when they came into our lives, it was just so shocking. But at the same token, I was very lucky that I was introduced to Jude, and by her giving us the knowledge that they're not bad and we're not bad people, and it's all part of the evolutionary process, I can't tell you how much in words, how much she has helped us and how much we have all grown and how we've become more connected as a family, as we call it, downstairs as well as upstairs. So I hope you've enjoyed our first section of this, and we'll be doing quite a few more interviews as well as we go along. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you.